Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanशलाकया Chakshuram litam yena tasmai shri Gurave namaha. Gurve Gaur Chandraya Radhikaye Stadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tad Bhaktaya Namo Namaha. Virag Vidya Nij Bhakti Yogam Shiksha Kartam Sapurusham Purana Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shariradhari Kripa Buddhya Stamam Prapadde Jaitam Sutapangur Mama Mandamatir Gati Mat Sarvaspadam Pujo Shri Radha Madan Mohan Bhaktya Vihinaya Parada Lakshay Shiptasya Kamadhitarang Madde Kripamayi Tam Sharanam Prapanna Vrinde Namaste Charanarvindam. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. दीदी बोलेंगे? अच्छा. There are 12 Mahajans. Mahajans means those who are absorbed in Krishna. 12 Mahajans. 12 Mahabhagavats. And this is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. And Yamraj, the king of death, he is saying this to his messengers, Yamadutas. Swambhu, Narada, Shambhu. Because Yamadutas asked this question, you always instruct us to bring the most sinful person. And we went to get Ajamil, but we got chased away. We were three, and 4 beautiful personalities holding all the weapons in their hands. They were so beautiful and very powerful. They just chased us away from them. Yamraj, he asked to his messengers, Yamdutas, but why you came empty-handed? Why you didn't brought a Jamil? And they complained. Yamdutas complained. How we can bring a Jamil? Because he was getting protected by Vishnu Dutas. They're having 4 arms. And they're holding weapons in their 4 arms. So, please let us know whom we have to bring, whom we don't have to bring. Yamaraj says simply, Jivana Bhakti Bhagavad Guna Namde Chetas na smrati tar charanar vindam Krishna na namati yashir ekadavi. 3 things. Those who would not engage in chanting the names of Hari, means Lord. Those who don't pay obeisances to Krishna. And those who don't remember Krishna. Bring all those people to me and I'm going to punish them. But be careful. Very careful. Those who engage their tongue in chanting the names of Lord, those who pay obeisances to Lord, those who remember the Lord, never ever bring them here. They are not in my jurisdiction anymore. They are in the jurisdiction of the Lord. And if there is any punishment, He is going to give those punishments. Because I have no access to those who chant the name of Hari. In the Ajamil case. You heard the story of Ajamil? No? Yes?
His first time.
Yes. Ajamil was a sinful person who was good in the beginning, but because he saw a scene which turned his life. He was in the forest and he saw a hunter and a prostitute enjoying together. So Ajamil, he saw this and he got this association, which is called bad association. Right? So everyone is familiar with this. The important point is, at the point of death, Ajamil, he uttered the name of Lord Narayan. Ajamil didn't address Lord Narayan. He only addressed his youngest son, whose name was Narayan. So what is the reason? How many children Ajamil had? 9. And youngest one? Narayan. Why he kept his name Narayan? Our Gurudev explained here, out of samskars, previous samskars. Ajamil was a Brahmin. So Brahmin is always maintaining purity and worshipping Lord. But because he got that bad association and he became sinful, he forgot chanting the name. Forgetfulness happens when there is bad association. And remembrance always happens when there is good association. But the samskaras get inherent. And it can come any time. Because Ajamil was Brahmin, because there are many versions when speakers speak this story. A very famous story, a version of this is, a sadhu came to Ajamil and asked Ajamil, "Oh, introduce me to your family members." And Ajamil introduced his wife and his children. And sadhu, the saintly person, asked, "Oh, can you tell me the names?" And he just kept randomly some names. Kuda, Puda, Chuda, Tuda, Kuda. He said, what's wrong in we have to just call on someone. Can be any name. Chuda, Puda, Muda, Guda, Duda. He said, no, Ajamil. The name should be having some meaning. A name should be after Krishna, the Lord. The name should be kept after the names of the Lord. So this time, he said, my wife is pregnant. Oh, then if your wife gets son, keep the name Narayan. But Srila Gurudev is saying, no, that's not the case. He said, I'm not read in Bhagavatam something like that. That was in Mathura, Gurudev said this. Because of his samskars, because he was Brahmin, And there is inherent nature in Brahmin, no matter how much delusion, no matter how much sinful they become, still there is a spontaneous attraction towards Krishna, towards Lord and worship. And it just comes out sometimes. Because of his Brahminical nature, Ajamil, he kept the name Narayan. And at the point of death, when he saw Yamdutas, 3 Yamdutas came to him. Why 3? Because sins performed by him with body, mind and words. Body, mind and words. Therefore 3 Yamdutas came. But he uttered the name Narayan. Then 4 Vishnu Dutas came. Because the syllable Narayan has 4, the word Narayan has 4 syllables. Na, Ra, Ya and Na. Narayan. Beginning with Na and ending with Na. Narayan. So 4 Vishnu Dutas came and chased away Yamdutas. Get out from here. You can't touch this person because he uttered the name of our Lord. Anyway, long story. So Yamdutas came back to Yamraj and complained, we don't want to work anymore. Yamraj said, what's wrong? He said, because we thought you are the only authority. Yamraj asked, why you are so angry and upset? Oh, because you instructed us to bring the sinful person and we went there to get him, but he got stopped by 4 beautiful personalities. Vishnu Dutas. Because he uttered the name Narayan. And that point Yamaraj said, oh, it's good you didn't brought him here. And then he said, Yamdutas asked, so please can you give a sign to whom to bring, whom not to bring? Then he said, Jivana Bhakti Bhagavad Gunanam De. Bring those people who don't chant the name of Hari. Those who don't remember Hari. Hari means Krishna. And those who don't pay obeisances. And I'm telling you, I'm not the only one. We are 12 Mahajans. And Yamaraj is saying this. Swambhu Narad Shambhu Kumar Kapilo Manu Prahlad Janaka Bhishma Bali Vayasaki, and very boldly said, Vayam, I am me. So whoever is the composer of the song or the speaker is signed in the last. Yes? Please come to Mandala Springs for Hari Katha. Everyone is invited and we are the hosts. Who are the hosts? This person, this person, this person. In the last, Ishan Das. Always keeping in the last. So Yamraj is signing this. Vayam. I'm also one of them. So, there were many thoughts coming in my mind when I was speaking this. A beautiful story of Gurudev of Ramanujacharya. Who's Gurudev for Ramanujacharya? Yamunacharya. A prominent Acharya of Sri Sampradaya in South India. Very prominent. Srila Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Maharaji used to say this to me. Yamunacharya, his parents, they went to pilgrimage in Mathura. And their mother delivered a boy. She was pregnant, and when they came back to South India, she delivered a boy. And because they just came from Mathura, taking bath in Jamuna, the name was kept Yamuna. So when he was very talented, but very simple, innocent, young boy, Yamunachare, in his childhood he saw the king of that territory. He was a very funny kind of king. He used to have one priest in his courtyard, in his palace, and he used to invite all scholars from all villages, to have debate with the priest of the king. So this priest is speaking on behalf of the king, with this condition that whoever is going to get defeated in the argument on the scriptures, he has to give yearly tax to the king. So in those days, everyone was very familiar with Sanskrit scriptures, and it's not that simple. Scriptures have so many deep meanings, and there used to be debates. This king, he used to invite scholars from different villages. Okay, from that village, from that village, from that village. They all, whenever they come to the palace, all people were sitting there and hearing attentively this debate happening between the scholar and the king's scholar. The king's scholar was very, very talented. Therefore, he defeated all of them, with the consequence that they all have to pay yearly tax. And it happens so. The grandfather of Shri Yamunachare, his name was Nath Muni. Even he was invited, because no one can say no. Everyone has to come if they get invitation. Nath Muni was there, and in the debate he also got defeated, with the fact that every year Shri Nath Muni, who was a pure devotee of Lord, he has to pay a tax. And he was very simple, down to earth, very humble, and he was having nothing to pay. And he was praying and requesting, I'll give you next year, next year, next year. And it's been almost 3 years he didn't pay tax. So the king ordered his soldiers to go and arrest him. Yeah. When the soldiers, they came to arrest Nath Muni, then this young boy, Yamunachare, hey, stop it. Why are you taking my grandfather? He said, because he has to pay tax. Tax for what? Because he got defeated in a debate. So what? What debate? Like, he was very bold. He said, hey boy, just be calm and quiet. You don't know, don't interfere in our activities. Just get lost from here. Yamunacharya said, no, tell me, describe me, what is this debate about? He said, debates on scriptures, and your grandfather got defeated in front of everyone. Yamunacharya said, I was not aware of this. Go and inform your king. I'll be the next one to have debate with a king's scholar. And what was his name? Vidjan Kolahal. Such a big name, huh? His name was Vidjan Kolahal, means a disturbance amongst the scholarly person. That's the meaning of his name. A disturbance amongst the scholarly people. Vidjan Kolahal. Kolahal means disturbance. So Yamunacharya, this boy, said, go and inform your king. And I'm ready for debate. They say, oh boy, you're so innocent. Just leave the matter here. No. Go and inform the king. And you can't take my grandfather. Nath Muni was so proud of his grandson, and every day was teaching him stotras, Sanskrit, shlokas, and wanted to see his grandson to be a pure devotee of Lord. That was only his dream. So he was giving a good training, a good association. So when the soldiers came back and informed the king that this is what happening, The king said, okay, if he's so proud of his talent, bring him. The soldiers came to him. Okay, the king wants to see you, and let's have debate tomorrow in the assembly. Let's go. The boy said, no. Listen, I'm not an ordinary person. Don't take me so easy going. I'm not accustomed to walk so much. Tell the king I want a palanquin. Attitude. I want a palanquin. King said, goodness, what kind of boy is he? Okay, whatever his demand is, send a palanquin. So 4 people made him sit on a palanquin, and they were bringing him to the palace. And all the way, all those scholars who got defeated, they were giving blessings to Yamunacharya. Oh Yamuna, we bless you. Please defeat that person and release us from all these taxes. Release us from all these taxes. Our blessings are with you. And he was humbly paying obeisances to everyone. Then king and queen from far distance with a lens, what do you call binoculars? They are seeing who's sitting in that palanquin and who dared challenging my scholar. And they saw a young boy, very small, tiny young boy. The king laughed. He said, oh, we're going to have fun now. It looks like a rat is coming in the mouth of cat. Queen said, let me see. And when she saw, she said, who knows if he's a lion and going to eat your cat? King said, let's have a bet. Queen said, okay. And the queen said, if you win, means if your scholar wins, means you're winning, I'm ready to become the maidservant of your maidservants. I'm being the queen, I'll serve your maidservants. King said, are you serious? The matter is becoming very serious now. King said, okay, if you're offering such high deal, I promise you, if you win, means if this boy wins, then I'm going to give half kingdom to him. Half of my kingdom, without any price. It became a very serious matter. And the news spread it all over. Very interesting. All subjects came in the palace. All full house. House full. Full house. And the boy, he was in the palanquin. He told someone to keep your hands. How I'm going to step down without the stairs. Showing his attitude. So the person has to keep his hands, and the boy stepped on his hands and came down. And he stood in front of the king like this. Yes. So what's happening in this palace? I heard a lot of stories here. Tell me what's happening in this palace. The king said, well, you know this. Here's my scholar. His name is Vidyajan Kolahal, a disturbance amongst the learned people. So if you defeat him, you're going to get awarded. But if you get defeated by him, there'll be punishment. You and your grandfather, they both have to pay yearly tax. And all scholars, you have to pay yearly tax. The boy said, if I win over him, you have to promise me, release all people from the taxes. All Brahmins. King said, it's my promise. I give my words. So, the boy was given a big seat to sit on, and the scholar was there. The boy said, you going to ask question or shall I going to ask question? He said, whatever you like. Boy said, bowl in your court. You say. Everyone was quietly so excited watching this match. Nowadays people, they see cricket match. India versus America, India versus this. And everyone was like, the heart is like stopping, the breath is stopping. What's going to happen? A soccer match. This used to be a match earlier days. Debates on Shastras. So everyone was holding their breath and want to see what's happening. Okay, the scholar said, can you define me? Can you define the meaning of this word? The boy laughed. I thought, king, he's your scholar. He's foolish, number one. Intentionally, Yamunacharya wanted to make him irritated and angry. That was a trick. He said, how dare you call me? I'm a foolish? Why are you calling me foolish? He said, because I thought you are here to debate on something. You're just asking the meaning of some words and sentences. It's not a dictionary. I'm giving you one more chance. Ask any question to me. I'm going to answer you. He said, okay. So can you elaborate in a simple words the meaning of this phrase in Sanskrit? The boy again laughed. He said, king, I thought you are very intelligent and your scholar is also very intelligent. But I'm so sorry to say, I don't know about you, but he's greatest fool. And everyone was, what he's saying? Now this scholar said, you think you're more intelligent than me? Then you ask question. This is what Yamunacharya wanted. He wanted this. I'm going to ask question because he's going to ask very difficult question. Yamunacharya said, I'm only going to ask 3 questions to you. And you have to refute these 3 questions. Refute the answers, sorry. Prove me that your king who's sitting there is impious, irreligious person. He's a sinful person. Prove me this. How difficult it is. And how is going to prove that my king is sinful? He got trapped there. My second question. Prove that the queen sitting next to the king, she's not chaste, she's unchaste woman. And he got shocked. I'm going to prove, even if I'm going to prove that, my punishment will be sentenced to death. My third point, prove that the mother of the king is a barren lady. These are my 3 questions. Prove this. And scholar, he was, how am I going to prove that? And this is untrue. King is so pious, he's religious, queen is chaste, and why the mother of king has to be barren lady? Because king is his son, is her son. He starts sweating. He told king, these are nonsense questions, because he's pointing out to you and my queen and your mother. But the boy said, no, there is a point. I can prove this. The scholar said, if you prove this, I will accept my defeat. But I know you can't prove this. And the boy said, Yamunacharya said, if I prove this, then remember the promises. Yeah? Queen told to the king, let's see now. You have to give half kingdom. She whispered in the ears. And the boy only asked for, release everyone from paying tax. King said, I promise you. But you have to prove what you said. Then the boy said, yes. First of all, I want to prove how your wife, the queen, is unchaste. And she got scared. He said, isn't it mentioned in the Shastras when any king get married with a queen, with any lady, in that mandap, in that fire yagya, the predominant deities of the 10 directions, they also come and sit next to the king. There's a rule. When a king getting married and sitting in the yagya, then the 10 deities of 10 directions, we have 10 directions. They are the one who are writing our account, seeing everything. They also come and sit with the king. That means, queen, you not only got married with one, but you got married with 11. 10 deities of 10 directions and one king. 11, you have 11 husbands. How can you be chaste if you have 11 husbands? Isn't right or wrong? Tell me. The scholar said, yes, king, that's true. So this proves the queen is unchaste. She has 11 husbands. She starts sweating. The scholar said, how are you going to prove our king is sinful? He said, it's that simple. I don't have to refer any shastras there, any scriptures. He said, this is Kali Yuga. In Kali Yuga, all the jivas, they're bound to do sins. No matter how much can you avoid. No matter how much you avoid, but is bound. Sometimes with body, sometimes with words, and most of the time with mind. Mind is so flickering. Mind is so unstable. Even if we don't want to do any sin, but in the mind, some sins comes. Knowingly, unknowingly. And this is the rule that the king has to share 1/6 portion of the sins of the subject. King has to share 1/6 sins of the subject. So how this king can be without sins or pious? He has to share 1/6 portion of the sins of everyone. So he's sinful. The king looked towards the scholar and he said, that's true, sir. That's in the Shastras. But how are we going to prove that the mother of the king is barren lady? You can't prove that. Because here's the witness. The king is her son. He smiled. He said, you didn't read Manu Samhita, written by Swayambhu Manu. So don't ask me the proof, because I just heard from Srila Maharaj. In Manu Samhita it is written, if any lady having one son, just one son, still she is considered to be a barren lady. She is supposed to have 2 children, not 1. So don't ask me question why, because I don't know the answer. I'm just telling as it is, as I heard from Srila Maharaj, and it's mentioned in Manu Samhita. The boy asked the scholar, is this mentioned in Manu Samhita? He said, yes. So how many children the mother had? Only 1 child, and is the king. So this proves she is a barren lady. The scholar folded hands and said, I accept my defeat. Because what he asked questions, and he proved those questions, his own questions, he answered very well. So therefore, I accept my defeat. And all scholars in jubilation, they exclaimed, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. He got victory. The queen said, well, where's the promise? The king announced, I release all of you from paying all taxes. No one has to pay tax anymore. this boy is very intelligent and intellectual. He defeated my scholar. But I promised something to Queen. Therefore, I'm giving my half kingdom. I announced this. I'm giving my half kingdom to this boy. That means he's another king, the neighbor king now. Yamunacharya got small boy, but he got so much opulence. He became the king of a territory. And because of that, he got indulged in sense gratification. Means so much opulence around him, he started enjoying, and he got so greedy. Because he was very intelligent and sharp, he started attacking the neighbor territories and started defeating the kings and capturing their kingdoms, and therefore he was extending his territories. He became a big king now. Many years passed like this. Nath Muni, the grandfather, was very sad. This is not what I wanted, to see my grandson to become a big emperor or a king. He became a sense gratifier. Because of so much opulence around him, luxuries around him, I wanted to see him a pure devotee. Alas, alas, he was weeping and crying. And one of his disciples came and asked, Gurudev, why are you weeping and crying? What's wrong? Why are you so sad? He said, because I wanted to see Yamuna to be a pure devotee. But look what he became. On the pretext of saving us from paying tax, I think we were in good position that time. But he just ruined his life. What he became now. I don't know how I have to bring him back. I don't know how I have to bring him back. Can someone bring him back to me? I know this is impossible. This disciple, he said, Gurudev, if you bless me, I can bring back Yamuna. I can bring him back. Are you sure? He said, I can only try. Give me a chance, please. He said, okay, I bless you. Taking the blessings on his head, he came to the palace of Sri Yamunacharya. He informed the soldiers, inform your king, I'm here to speak to him. The soldier said, our king is not low profile king. You don't just see each and everyone like this. So he got rejected. Now he's thinking, how should I go inside? I have to make a plan. Because I know Yamunacharya he's not interested to hear any Harikatha or something. So he planned, very tricky way he planned. He brought a spinach and told the soldiers, give this spinach in the kitchen. That's what I want. Can you please do this much favor to me? He said, okay, but you can't go inside. No, I don't want to go inside. The spinach was being given in the kitchen. The cooks, they cooked that spinach. And when the king was eating that, Yamunacharya, say how delicious it is. I want this every day. The cook informed the guards, who gave this spinach? This some monk, some mendicant. Inform him, we want this spinach every day. So next day, third day, fourth day, fifth day, 7 days continuously, this spinach was being supplied to him. The king asked the cook, what is the significance or health benefits of the spinach? He said, well sir, I heard whoever eats this spinach, we can't eat this in the month. In this month we can't eat spinach. Get long life, good sleep, and all health benefits, and it's very delicious. So this was a plan of the disciple of Nath Muni. Supplying spinach for few days and then he stopped. King got used to. Used to eat that spinach. So when the cook brought the plate for him, he said, "Where is my spinach?" He says, "Sorry sir, that person who was bringing, he's not giving anymore." "Who's that person?" "Look around him and bring him in front of me. I'm going to ask him." Now guards are wandering here and there to search for him, and he said, "Our king wants to see you." This was the plan. Tricky, huh? So when he was in the palace, the king said, "From where are you getting this spinach?" He said, "From the forest." Yamunacharya said, "But why? Why for me?" He said, "Because do you remember your grandfather? His name is Nath Muni." "I don't remember, but yeah, something." "Yes, I'm his disciple. He has a big possession and he told me to give to you because he has no other successor. Something very valuable he wanted to give to you." But he left his body. He wanted to give to you. And I know where it is kept. Now because Yamunacharya was very greedy because of association, he said, "Yes, where is that valuables, where is that possessions?" He said, no, I'm not going to give you like this. I know where it is kept. I'm only going to give you with one condition. Only you and me on the chariot going to go there. None of your soldiers or guards can go there. Just you and me. And it's in the middle of the forest. I can take you there. I know the directions. Yamunacharya said, "Fine." And he told all his guards, "No one is going to follow me. I'm safe, don't worry. He's just like my guru and he's going to give me directions." So king and the devotee on the chariot, long distance to cover, and he started chanting, reciting all those shlokas which Nath Muni used to teach Yamunacharya, his grandson. On the chariot, when Yamunacharya, as being king, hearing all those, he got flashback. All those flashbacks. I was a young boy. My grandfather used to teach me Sanskrit shlokas. I was doing worships, and how I got so much changed. I became king. Then my greed developed to become emperor, all that. So tears start flowing from his eyes, remembering Nath Muni, his grandfather. His heart started melting, changing. Because that bhakti, he used to perform bhakti. That samskars got stagnant for a while, but it was inherent in him. It just came out with association. And the devotee brought Shri Yamunacharya in very dense forest. And he saw, क्या बोलते हैं उसको, जैसे किला होता है टूटा हुआ, खंडर, वो तो हिंदी में बोलते हैं, you know, like a ruined fort, totally broken, ruined kind of fort. So Yamunacharya, the devotee told Yamunacharya that possessions is inside this, But be careful. You can't touch that possessions because it's protected by a snake. Yamunacharya said, I'm now very excited to go in. Please, please help me. I want to get this possession kept for me by my grandfather. His heart was melting and he was crying. When he went inside, he saw a big snake. Who's that snake? Shesha. And the possession was Shri Rangnath. Shri Rangnath Swami, Shri Rangam. When he saw the Lord, the devotee told Yamunacharya, this is the possession your grandfather kept for you. I'm here to give you this possession. You thought I'm going to give you gold, diamonds? This is more valuable than gold and diamonds. And he started uttering verses. Shri Yamunacharya, heart melting and crying and weeping. Oh my Lord. I was supposed to become a pure devotee of yours. But how my life got changed. No more, no more. A mood of renunciation came to him. He don't want to become king anymore. He said, I don't want to become king. I want to become a beggar in the street. Oh my Gurudev, oh Shri Nath Muni, oh Shri Hari, calling out, weeping and crying, heart melting. So ordinary chanting and weeping and crying chanting is not same. Shri Yamunacharya, feeling repentance, regret of how he wasted so many years with his greed. And now he became renunciate, totally sannyasi. He performed a strong bhajan, very strong bhajan. And after that he became a sannyasi and had so many disciples. He got so famous, so popular in South India. Everyone started following him. And he promised, I'm not going to change anymore. No more opulence. I just want to live a renunciate life, a simple life. Such a big transition in his life. Because of, as I said, those previous samskars with some association, like the example of Ajamil. He was Brahmin, following purity and everything. But his samskar got stagnant for a while. Because he saw that scene, a hunter and a prostitute, which was bad association for him. And he got totally changed. But the sanskars remains inherent and just sprout someday. So Shri Yamunacharya also, lamenting and weeping and did bhajan and became very famous as from Yamuna to Yamunacharya. Therefore, he was looking for his successor. And he heard a lot about Ramanujacharya. He heard a lot about Ramanacharya. I wanted to see him. So once upon a time, he came to Kanchipuram in South India. And in that temple, Lord Varadaraj temple, Yamunacharya was there and he saw Ramanujacharya reciting some verses. And there he decided, I want to make Ramanacharya my successor. And then there is many other stories of Ramanachari. So many beautiful stories. Time. What time I have to finish? Because then we have Arati also. So I should end up here? Okay, maybe 5 more minutes. The same incident happened with Ramanujacharya also. His Gurudev Yamunacharya wanted Ramanacharya to become his successor. But who's going to bring Ramanacharya to him? And therefore one of his disciples, I'm forgetting his name, Shalpurna, Shishalpurna. He said, Gurudev, I'm going to bring Ramanacharya to you. Exactly same thing happened. Shishalpurna in the temple of Lord Varadaraj, reciting some verses. And Ramanacharya, when he heard those verses, he got totally attracted. Oh, beautiful verses. I'm getting so attracted. Who taught you this? He said, my Gurudev, Yamunacharya taught me this. Oh, where is he? He's in Srirangam. Can I go with you? I want to see your Guru Maharaj. And this is what he's there for. To bring him there. So he brought Ramanujacharya to his Gurudev Yamunacharya. But a tragedy happened. When he arrived in Srirangam, he saw a big crowd in the streets. Huge crowd in the streets. So he asked, what's happening? Why everyone is on the streets? And they said, our Gurudev Yamunacharya, he left this planet. He left this world. The disciple got like a shocking news. What? He sent me to get Ramanacharya. And when Ramanacharya heard this, what are you saying? Did he send you to get me? He said, yes. But I'm so sad my Gurudev left this world. I'm so sad. Sri Ramanacharya requested all the devotees, I'm a newcomer here, but if you all allow me, can I go to see the body of Yamunacharya? I want to see him. They all said, yes, of course, because he wanted to get you here. When Ramanacharya came to his Gurudev's transcendental body lying there, he saw his lotus feet, he saw his hands, his beautiful face. But he was having some moods that he's still alive. It's not that he gone, he's still alive. So something was troubling him. And then he saw his Gurudev's 3 fingers were closed. And he was pointing like this. 3 fingers were closed. To his surprise, Ramanacharya said, no one leaves a body like this. I strongly believe he's still alive. So Sri Ramanacharya said, Gurudev, I just heard from your disciples, you wanted to see me. I'm here. With your blessings, I want to preach Vaishnava culture everywhere. The moment he said this, 1 finger opened. 3 fingers were closed, another finger opened. Then he said, Gurudev, with your blessings, I want to write commentaries on Vedanta Sutra. Then other finger opened. Gurudev, with your blessings, I want to establish Vaishnava Sadachar. 3 finger open. Everyone saw this. He said, he's not gone, he's still alive. But looks like he's no more. But when Ramanacharya asked these 3 points, his 3 fingers opened. That means he sanctioned Ramanacharya being his successor. He sanctioned that. You know? And everyone started praising Ramanacharya. Now you are our Gurudev. He said, no way. I'm just your servant. You all had so much association of your Gurudev. And I'm bereft of his association. I've not seen him. Yes, but I want to serve him. And something was there in my heart, my mind, and I revealed that. And he sanctioned me by opening his 3 fingers. And from that point on, Sri Ramanacharya started serving his godbrothers like his Guru. Seeing his Gurudev in his godbrothers. Ideal example of Vaishnav Seva, Sri Ramanujacharya. And this is what Mahaprabhu, when he came, Mahaprabhu in Rudradeep, when he met Nimbaditya, he said, I'm going to take 2 aspects from 4 of you acharyas. Sri Brahmarudra Sanak Sampradaya, right? So from Sri Ramanacharya Sampradaya, I'm going to take what? Vaishnav Seva. The most important factor. Vaishnav Seva. Mahaprabhu said. So Sri Ramanacharya starts serving all his godbrothers. But all godbrothers looking him as their Guru, because he is the successor already appointed and announced by his Gurudev. But keeping very humble mood, serving everyone so nicely. But his initiation was not completed yet. He didn't receive mantras yet. Even though, truly speaking, initiation was done. Yes? How? Because of announcing he is going to be my successor. Who said that? Yamunacharya. But still he has to establish the principle of receiving mantras, getting initiation. So he approached Goshti Purna for mantras and received mantras. When he received mantras, he said, Gurudev, any special instructions to follow? He said, yes, don't give this mantra to anyone. Don't give this mantra to anyone. That's my instruction. He said, thank you so much. He came out and he raised on a platform, big huge platform, and started inviting all villagers. Come here, everyone come here. They all came. Repeat after me. And he started giving mantras to everyone. Initiated the whole village. When the news came to his Gurudev, he got so upset, so angry. That was my instructions to him. And he's openly giving mantras to everyone. Call him here. When Sri Ramanacharya was being called upon by his Gurudev, you know the consequence of disobeying me? He said, yes, Gurudev, I have to go hell for this. So you're not scared of that? He said, no. Whereas I want to ask this question to you, Gurudev. What happens to anyone who chant this mantra? He said, these are powerful mantras. Anyone who chant this mantra will go to Vaikuntha. So Sri Ramanacharya said, well, this is the answer to your question. All these villagers, they're going to go Vaikuntha, and for the sake of them, only I will go to hell. I'm ready to go to hell, but let them all go to Vaikuntha to serve Lord Narayan there. The Goshti Purna, when he heard this, he was surprised. You have so much love and affection for the people? You want to go to hell for the sake of so many people going to Vaikuntha? I'm so impressed. Therefore, one day Ramanacharya was sitting on his seat, and he saw his Gurudev Goshtipurna came and paid obeisances to him. Flat obeisances. And he was not even affected. He was just sitting there. No reacting, no reciprocating. To a surprise, other devotees saw this. That's an etiquette. What to speak of Guru, if any godmother pay obeisances to you, what you're supposed to do? You pay back obeisances. And Sri Ramanacharya was just not reciprocating, just sitting and watching his Gurudev paying obeisances to him. Then all devotees went to his Gurudev Goshtipurna and asked this question. Why are you paying obeisances to Ramanacharya? He received mantras from you. He said, because even though he is my god brother and I am senior to him, but I see the presence of the ideals of my Guru in him. The presence and ideals of my Gurudev in him. Therefore, I got inspired to pay obeisances to him. Then all these devotees, they came to Ramanacharya and asked this question. Your Gurudev, from whom you receive mantras, he's paying obeisances to you and you're not even reciprocating. May we know the reason? He said, yes. My Gurudev teaching me how to pay obeisances correctly. Therefore, he was teaching me and I don't want to disturb him. I was learning from him. It's not that I'm receiving that obeisances. In fact, I was learning from him how to pay proper obeisances. Then all got surprised to see this loving reciprocation of Sri Ramanacharya and his Gurudev Goshtipurna. There are many stories of Sri Ramanacharya. We'll hear some other time. Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Aarti now?